Hi, welcome back to the Elementary Mindfulness series. I'm happy to see you all. I've switched my new location, and perhaps as you're watching these videos, I'll just change up my locations here and there. I'm in a different place in my house now, and there might even be a few interesting things that you can look at while you're listening. So yesterday, or the last time that we were together, we worked on listening to the bell, and we also talked about mindful bodies. And so those are things that we will continue working on and building on as we go through this series. Just to remind you, it's good to be in a quiet place. Find a room, find a place to be. When it gets warm enough outside, you can even be outside. I know that because we're all together in one house, probably, I just cleared the room so other people won't be coming in and disturbing me while I make this video. So our mindful body posture is something that we do to send a signal to our brain that we are about to practice, that we are about to train our brain. So we do that so that our brain has a little bit of a head start in understanding about what we're trying to do. And so mindful bodies means that we sit upright, but not uptight. Which means we're not slumping like this. We're trying to sit up straight, but we also don't have to be all stiff, so we try to be relaxed a little bit. And our feet are on the floor and our hands in our lap. And we begin with closing our eyes if we feel comfortable doing that. We'll always begin with listening to the sound of the bell as just a chance to bring us right into the room right this minute. Let's begin. Just breathe in and breathe out as you listen. You can take another breath and then open your eyes, come back into the room, and just take a moment to notice how you are right this minute. So today we're going to learn a bit more about mindful bodies and mindful breathing. So you might want to you're going to be able to lie down today if you want. So you could lie down on the floor, lie down on the couch, lie down on your bed if you're in your bedroom. If you have stuffed animals or a pillow, you could even have that handy for what we're going to do. So find yourself a place. You can also sit up. That's fine as well. So take a few moments just to figure out, how do you want to be as we practice today? Sitting up, lying down, and do you want to have anything around you, such as a pillow or stuffed animal, as we do this practice? The last time we did our lesson, I talked a little bit more, and sometimes I won't talk as much. We'll just get right to what we're going to do and what we're trying to learn. And that's what's going to happen today. We're going to learn how to do mindful breathing. This is one of the traditional ways that we learn and we teach kids how to do this. So if you haven't noticed already, I'd like you to notice how you're feeling before we get started. And by that, I'm going to invite you to notice any physical sensations you're aware of, tightness or tenseness. Notice if you have a lot of thoughts, like a great big jammed up highway, or maybe it's more like a country road where it's fewer thoughts. When we have lots and lots of thoughts, sometimes those turn into great big worries and we get really anxious and we have a hard time letting go of those thoughts. Mindfulness helps us let go of that, let go of our worries, and just focus on our breath. We can also notice what our emotions are like right now with a weather check-in. So if you're feeling calm and peaceful, maybe you're feeling sunny. If you are feeling kind of so-so, not sure, maybe you're partly cloudy. Or maybe you're just having a really rough day, and maybe you're stormy and raining. All of our emotions are okay. They just are. And we'll learn more about that as we unfold this series. All you need to do is just be aware, and that's it. So find your comfortable position, whether it's lying down or sitting up in your chair. We're going to get our mindful bodies on again, but again, lying down or sitting up. Your eyes can close, and you can just listen to this practice. Let's begin. Lying on your back or sitting in a chair, feet resting on the floor or legs straight down. Arms by your side if you're lying down, or on your lap if you're sitting up, with your eyes closed. If you're lying down, feel the back of your head touching the surface. Now feel your shoulders against the floor. Feel your upper back, your arms, your hands, your lower back, your legs, and your feet. If you're sitting in a chair, you can notice the parts of you that are touching the ground or a surface, like the bottoms of your feet, or the seated part, or maybe your back against a chair. You can really focus on those areas that are touching the surface and notice what that feels like. Maybe you've never taken the time to see what that feels like. Are there sensations? Is there temperature? Just get curious and see what we can notice. Now notice what it feels like to breathe in and breathe out. There's no right or wrong way to breathe. It doesn't matter if your breathing is fast or slow, deep or shallow. Notice where you feel you're breathing most. Do you feel the air going in and out just below your nose? Do you feel your belly moving up and down? Do you feel your lungs filling with air? I invite you to just be curious and play around with that. As you breathe, you can place one hand on your belly, the other hand on your chest. What happens when you breathe in? And what happens when you breathe out? Maybe you can feel belly or chest easier. Is it your belly you can feel the easiest right now? Or your chest? You can even put a finger under your nose and notice what that feels like. As you breathe in, what temperature is the air? And as you breathe out, is it the same temperature? What does it feel like inside your nose when you breathe in and you breathe out? Now try paying close attention to your inhale. Can you notice the very moment you start to breathe in? And then follow the feeling of your inhale all the way to the very first moment of your out breath. If it's hard to keep your mind on your inhale, silently say the word in every time you breathe in. You might say in, in, and now, can you notice the very moment you begin to breathe out and follow the feeling of your exhale all the way to the very first moment of your in-breath? If it's hard to keep your mind on your exhale, silently saying the word out every time you breathe out. 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 Now let's put it together and pay attention to an entire breath, carefully following every moment. If it's hard to keep your mind on your breathing, silently say the word in every time you breathe in, and say the word out every time you breathe out. In, out, in, out. As you breathe in and out, if you like, you can even place a pillow on your belly or a stuffed animal, and open your eyes and see what happens to the object that's lying on your stomach. Does it rise and fall as you breathe in and out? Notice where it's easiest for you to feel your breath. Belly, chest, nostrils. Wherever that is called your anchor place, a place you can focus your breath whenever you do this meditation practice. So we breathe in as we focus on our belly, and we breathe out as we focus on our belly. And every time our attention gets pulled away, we just bring our attention back to our anchor, whether it be belly, chest, or nose. So that's one of our anchors. That's our anchor breath. We can also have other anchors if breath doesn't work. We can notice our body and notice how it feels on the surface. Your feet on the floor, your back on the ground or bed. And you can bring your attention there if that's easier for you. And as you breathe in, notice your feet. And as you breathe out, notice your feet. In a moment, I will ring the bell, and you can open your eyes when you can't hear it any longer. When you're ready, you can stretch and wiggle your body a little bit and open your eyes, come back into the room. Pat yourself on the back. Well done. We just completed the second lesson of the mindfulness series. You learned about an anchor breath, belly, chest, nose, and you also might have discovered a place you can focus your attention, such as your feet, and noticing physical sensations in your body. My challenge for you is to go ahead and try this every day and see how it works for you. Before we leave today, let's do a quick weather check-in. How are you feeling physically, your thoughts, your emotions, sunny, partly cloudy, cloudy, stormy. And notice if there's any change from the beginning to now the conclusion of this practice. I thank you for being with me once again, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.